Welcome to Fret Not. My name is Rob.
My name's Colton.
Hey, on this side we got the Esp E2 made in Japan, the Horizon 3, and on that side
we've got the Ltd Deluxe H3 1000.
Now, these guitars are very akin to each other, but which one is better? What's the better buy? We're going to find that out if you hang around. Welcome to Fret Not. My name's Rob.
My name's Colton, and welcome back to the High Gain series, where today we have for you the Ltd Deluxe H3 1000.
Now, Colton said the High Gain series, but if you hang out and watch this video, there may be a little discrepancy to that, because we still haven't figured out what we're doing with this guitar yet.
Yes, it falls in this weird kind of gray area.
It does. Okay, so this is the Ltd H3 1000. This is the sub part of Esp, and as you know, hanging up there on the wall, we have the E2 Horizon 3, and this guitar is built after it, but it's built at a much better price. There's a little bit of difference in specs, but what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna compare both of these guitars. We have a full-length video up on the ESP2, the Horizon 3. You can go watch it and kind of get all the specs on it. And we're going to let you hear this in a mix. We're going to come out, we're going to talk price point, how you get it, where to get it. And we know the secret on where to get it. But anyway, where to get it and what we think our overall thoughts on this. And more importantly, not trying to make you be a member, but to our members, we posed a question this week, and we've got quite a few little responses, and we're waiting on some more, but our members are going to kind of decide what we do with this, as long as it's not crazy. They're trying to come up with a good way for us to give this guitar away. So we'll see how that works out.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not going to tell you the specs on the E2 because you can go watch it, but I will tell you a couple of little differences when there's differences. So mahogany body, mahogany neck on this guitar. It has 24 stainless steel extra jumbo frets. It has locking tuners. These locking tuners, unlike the E2s are Goto. These locking tuners are ESP branded. This guitar comes with a set of Seymour Duncans. This guitar comes with the Pegasus in the bridge and the Sentient in the neck. The E2 comes with the Nazgul in the bridge and the Sentient in the neck. This guitar has a quilted maple top on the body, and the E2 has a flamed maple top. Both have one volume, one tone, one push-pull, and three-way switch. And they both have a tunematic style bridge. We're not comparing apples to apples, but after you listen to the mix, you'll kind of see why that's kind of up in the air on this guitar, because the price point between these two guitars is a pretty big gap. We picked this guitar up from the only place you need to buy a guitar like this, and that would be Ltd Guitars in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Amazing people. I think we're on our fourth guitar from them.
Nice.
They're just fantastic. They have drug us out of the ditch on quite a few times on trying to get stuff. Their customer service is off the chart.
It is.
You're going to see their logo all over this video because we just thought it was a really good idea for what all they did for us, especially on the last two purchases, not including this one. We've had issues from the factory or different things, and man, they're just spot on, and they take care of everything. You don't have to do nothing. So you're going to see their logo all the way through this. So you've been playing this. I put up a couple little shorts on it. I just had to because I love the E2 so much.
Right.
What do you think of it?
So far, I feel like I'll give a more, little bit more detailed review on it after the mix and everything else.
Okay.
But so far, my first impressions are pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna talk price point, how you get it, where to get it, all that in just a minute. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shut up and we're gonna let you hear that in a mix. We're gonna come out of that and we're gonna answer the burning question: is it worth the extra money for the E2?
This and more after the mix.
We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. You got a chance to hear it in the mix, and it sounds really good.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. I dig it. I like it a lot. As I said before, now I can kind of gush on it a bit. I like the way it plays, and I like the way it sounds.
Okay.
The neck is, I'm not going to say phenomenal, but if we're comparing apples to oranges or oranges to oranges or whatever, it's a great neck.
Yes, it is.
It is, to me, it has a slight difference in feel. And the main thing is the satin neck that the E2
I was
has.
going to ask you, do you think it's just the satin on the back of that neck that makes the neck feel different, or does the neck itself? Can you get around that? Can you figure that out without, because one's satin and one's not?
For me, this feels fine. This feels okay. This feels like something I am already used to playing on. The biggest difference is the satin neck. This, I feel like anybody would have fun and would love playing this guitar, but we're talking about some differences between the E2 and this.
Right.
That satin neck it's a big difference, and I've played on 2, maybe 3 now that have a satin neck, and I just absolutely love it. It's not a deal breaker for me if a guitar doesn't have one, because
But boy, it is nice.
it is real nice. This guitar does not have one, but it plays really nice.
So another difference I didn't really mention on the first is this guitar does not have a tusk or a bone nut. It still has some form of it. I'm not being degraded when I say this, but plastic nut. And if I purchase this guitar, it is the very first thing and probably the only thing that I would do to this guitar.
Yeah.
Is I would at least put a tusk or a bone nut on it. Bone nuts, it depends on who does them. I mean, they got to be cut just right. But, you know, any nut's got to be cut just right. But bone nuts are a little trickier than just a tusk nut. But still, there's nothing wrong with it. And if I hadn't have told you, you wouldn't know. But it is some sort of a polymer nut. You know what I mean? It is not a tusk or something like that. So, do you like the tone of it?
I love the tone of it. There is difference in tone compared to the E2, but I think it's a pleasant difference, because if it sounded exactly like the E2, then why
would you
get it?
Right.
So you want to get it because it's something different.
All right, so we're going to summarize this real quick. So this has the Pegasus in the bridge, and Seymour Duncan says that's 12.6K. And that one up there has the Nazgul in the bridge, and Seymour Duncan says it's 13.6. So there is a point difference. So maybe the Nazgul is a tiny bit hotter. I don't know if you'd really know that. The two guitars sound really close. They have that, high gain Seymour Duncan tone.
Yeah.
One's flame maple, one's quilted maple. I like both, but I kind of like quilted maple. And I just think that black cherry or whatever that is on that looks fantastic.
It does. I love a guitar with this kind of, we'll say, tone in red. This black cherry, this vampire deep red. I don't know. I love it, and it says metal.
Okay, so we're gonna, before we tell you price point and everything, we put a question out to our members, and we asked them to come up with a creative way that we, the channel as an entity, could justify giving you guys this guitar. We're waiting on some more responses. We have some, and not being a guarantee that we're going to listen to what, I mean, we're going to listen to what our member says, but we, you know, it may just not, the math may not math.
Shoes got to fit.
Right. So we're waiting on some stuff, and that's a members only question. So this guitar is on Sweetwater and GC right now for $13.99. We called our buddy Matt at Ltd Guitars, and the only company that we have an affiliation with, and you can use the fret knot affiliation if you buy anything from them. Please, you know, in the coupon, or not coupon, but make sure you put fret knot in there so they know you're coming from our channel. This guitar regular price is $11.99. Now, because Ltd is in Tennessee, and if you don't live in Tennessee when you buy it, there's no sales tax, and they do free shipping. So if you add up that $200 they just saved you from GC or Sweetwater, and you add up no tax, no shipping, these guys have just knocked a big chunk out of what you got to pay for a guitar.
Yep.
So if you pick that guitar up for $11.99, no, it's not budget. But that's the closest thing I've seen to that $2,400 E2. This guitar is built in Korea. The E2 is built in Japan. If this guitar wasn't built in Korea, I wouldn't have bought it as a comparison. I know the Korean, those Korean workshops over there, they put out really good products. And if I didn't tell you and you didn't know, you couldn't tell them two guitars apart from quality.
Real hard.
Yes. So make sure if you get a chance and you want to look at some really great guitars, and or if you want to buy a guitar, make sure you go check out Ltd Guitars, man. Like I said, this is our 4th purchase, and they have been on board with us since day one. And they're just fantastic people, really easy to get along with. And don't go over there to their page if you don't want to see some candy, because they got candy for you.
Oh, yeah.
They don't really carry like very entry level, but now if you were to message them and ask them, as long as it's a brand they carry, if you wanted them to have something shipped in, maybe they could do that for you. I don't know. I'm going to let them make that decision. So $11.99, $24.99. I think if you got $1,199 and you like ESP guitars and you don't buy that, that's your fault, because I'm telling you, I could probably take every one of you and put you in here and blindfold you, and you couldn't tell me which guitar was which unless you knew that the E2 has a satin neck.
Yep.
Now, I'm extremely proud and I covet that E2. I have personal reasons for that particular E2. That's my baby. We have all these guitars, but that E2 is my baby, and that's a personal thing. But I would take that probably up on stage as quick, if not faster, probably more often than I would take that E2, but simply because it's a little more budget price. Nobody's ever going to know the difference, and that thing is a beast.
It is a beast. I would say if your budget was exactly what this guitar cost, but your friend had an E2 and you loved the way it played,
go buy that.
Buy with confidence.
Hurry and buy that.
You know, this is a great budget version of that guitar.
It is, and there's nothing.
But more budget-er version.
But it's nothing budget about it. It has, you know, it's just an amazing guitar. Yeah. I hope you guys found this informative, man. If you can, go out and get on our memberships. Make sure we have a super thanks button if you just want to do a one-time donation to the channel. All of these guitars, unless we tell you at the very start, we pay for out of pocket so we can review. And this one, like I said, is still up in the air what we're going to do with it yet. But who knows? Maybe this is going to be up on the entry-level metal series side. We'll see what us and our members can come up with.
We'll see.
And if you just feel like it's too weird to send a couple of weird guys on the internet any money, or however you don't want to be on our membership, man, go get some fret knot gear. You can pick up a shirt. We get a couple bucks for that. It really helps the channel, and we really appreciate you guys. And we have a bunch more stuff coming down the pipe. We have a guitar that came in today, even though I haven't seen it, and it is for our 4-channel YouTube channel giveaway. It will be here. We're going to have that up ASAP for you guys. And yeah, and this weekend we're giving away that green SBHE, the newest version.
Nice. Yep.
So don't miss that. You want that guitar, trust me.
Yep.
So kudos to LTD. I've played some lower end LTDs that they're kind of meh, you know. But kudos for LTD, even though the price point went up off their baseline, for being able to produce that. And if your budget does not warrant that, you can buy with confidence, and you got a really close facsimile.
I would say this may be one of the few times we have given kudos to what you could consider as a bigger box brand.
Yes, that is nice. I searched and searched that thing almost all one day to try to find some things wrong with it. It's not going to happen.
No, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. All right, guys, listen, man, we're humbled by you. We really appreciate you. And until next time,
stay tuned.